Welcome to Shree's Coding Hub. In today's video, we are going to discuss types of software, types of devices, and how a program is executed and generates our required output in C language. In the last video, we discussed what is a computer and what is the language that computer can understand and how to find a binary value of any number and what for we use language, what is a software and what are the types of software. If you have not seen that video, the link will be provided in the description. Please go and check out it. In today's video, we are going to continue the basic topics which are very important to learn in our coding life. In this manner, we are going to learn C language in a series wise in very depth. So stay tuned, do not forget to subscribe and like the video. So without getting late, let's get into the topic. First of all, types of software. There are two types of software: application software, system software. So what comes under application software? The application software are applications we get in our desktop or PC or our laptop. We like MS Office, which we use for documents, and another one PowerPoint, which we use for presentations, Tally for calculations, etc. Like these application softwares are applications which we use for doing certain tasks like MS Office, PowerPoint, Tally, etc. Now what are system software? The system software what comes under system software? Operating system, the system which operates our every task in in our mobile or in our laptop. It is known as operating system, OS. Operating system, for example Windows 11, Windows 12, like that, which is required to start our PC and operate any task. And now types of devices. There are three types of devices: input devices, output device, and storage device. What comes under input device? Input device, we all know, basically keyboard, mouse, and so example scanner, like the etc. These are known as input devices. And what are output devices? The simple monitor, printer, printer, so etc. Which gives output are known as output devices, which take input are known as input devices. What are storage devices? The device which store our data are known as storage devices. For example, hard disk, CD, etc. There are two types in storage device. There are there is a temporary or primary storage, and another one is permanent or secondary storage. First one is primary temporary or primary storage, and second one is permanent or secondary storage. Now what comes under temporary or primary storage and what comes under permanent or secondary storage? Let's see. First one is temporary storage. Temporary storage, the storage that comes under temporary storage is RAM or ROM. We all know RAM stands for random access memory, and ROM stands for read only memory. RAM stands for random access memory and ROM stands for read only memory, which are temporary. They are not stored permanently. The data which is stored in RAM, it is temporary. The data which we are trying to process, that comes into RAM and process the data and gives the output, and again the data will be vanished from the RAM. We will get to know in detail in further classes. Now what comes under permanent storage? Permanent storage. CD or pen drive or hard disk. We are mainly considered with hard disk and RAM. In our C language or any language, we are mainly considered with hard disk and RAM only. Permanent storage means the storage which is permanent. In it is not like RAM or ROM. See, the data which we store in hard disk or CD or pen drive, it is stored permanently. It is not vanished by doing anything. Until and unless we connect to a PC or we delete, we manually delete it, until and unless the data is the data will be remain forever in hard disk or CD or pen drive. It is permanent storage. Now let's come into the main topic, execution of a program in C language. First we should know there are types of language. What are the types of language, and which language comes under which type, we should know first of all. The languages are three types. Languages are three types. What are they? First one is high level, second low level, third mid level. Now what comes under high level, what comes under low level, what comes under mid level? Let's see. Our human understandable language, English, comes under high level. And low level, level means assembly language. We are not that aware of assembly language, but it is also a language, and we can also learn assembly and we can write codes in assembly too. And what is the mid level means? English plus assembly. Now the languages are three types: high level, low level, mid level. High level, the language which can understand English is known as high level language. The language which understand only assembly language is known as low level. The language which can understand both English and assembly are known as mid level. High level languages are example Java. Java can understand only English. Java we should write the code only in English. Low level in our C, but the specialty of our C language is it can understand both English and assembly. Oh, sorry. C, comma C++. These languages can understand both English as well as assembly. We can write the code in English and assembly also. Now let's see the example of low level. Same example, we can write C++, and there is also Rust. There is also a language called Rust. We can write assembly in this, but as of now we only know English, so we are bothered about only English. We can write C and C++ in English, and these are the types of language which are very important to for further understanding. Now let's see how we write in English and how our understandable language English is converted into binary language, and how the code is getting processed, and how the output how the our required output is generated by it. Let's see the process in very detailed manner. We write code in high level, which is called English. Now, what is the thing converting our high level English to binary? Here, the thing comes into play is compiler. What is a compiler? Compiler is a software that converts our high level language to binary. What is a compiler? It is a software. What is the task of the compiler? It converts high level to binary. There is also another task which is done by compiler is throwing errors. The compiler throws error, or we call it as mistake. If there is any mistake in our lines, it is shown by compiler. If there is no mistake in coding segment, we call it as error. If there are no errors in our lines, it successfully compiles and generates binary code to our high level, where this binary code is stored in a file. What that file is called object file. The binary data is stored in a file. That file is called as object file because it is created with the extension .obj. The file is created, for example, we take it as coding.obj. Like that, it is created with .obj extension. It is called as object file. Where it is stored? It is stored in hard disk. Compiler does this task. Now, it is not sufficient to run our program and get the output. We need all the library files of C language to be linked with our code to see to generate the output. Now, who does the task linking? Here another thing comes into play: linker. What is this linker? Linker is also a software. Linker is a software links all the required library files to run the code to our code. Linker is a software links all library files our to our object file. It links all the library files to our code and generates a executable file with the extension .exe. Link What does the linker do? It links the library files to our code and generate a executable file with the extension .exe. Where this executable file is created, it is also created in a hard disk. Now our code is ready to run, but here another thing should be done, which is done by loader. What is this loader? Loader is an operating system. What is the task done by loader? It loads our code from hard disk to the RAM. Why this should be done? Because to run the code in hard disk is 10,000 times slower than RAM. For fast process, we use RAM. To load into the RAM, we use the operating system called loader. This is the process. Now there are four segments in RAM: code, data, stack, heap. Code, data, stack, heap. These are the four segments of RAM. Now where our code is loaded? In the code segment. In code segment, our .exe file is loaded, and it is run, and we can say, and it is sent to the CPU, and it generates the output. If the output is not as per our requirement, then again edit the writing, and again compiling. If any errors, again correcting it and compiling and generating a binary, converting our high level to binary, generating object file in hard disk with .obj extension, and again linking all the library files to our code and generating a .exe file, which is a executable file in hard disk, and again loading our code with loader, which is operating system, to the RAM, and again sending to the CPU and generating the output. This is the process is done every time we write a code and generate the output. I hope you all guys understand till here. these are the concepts which are very important to have an idea on this in our coding segment. If we are not aware of this, we cannot understand the internal process which is happening in the process of writing a code and generating the output. I hope you all guys understood the concept. uh, do not forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you.